Welcome everyone, this is Zozo Stockwatch, and this is your Stockwatch list for Tuesday, August 15th. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Before the bell tomorrow, you have earnings coming out of AAP, BITA, BITA, CLSN, Coach, COH, CPHI, DKS, Dick's Sporting Goods, ESLT, Home Depot, big name for tomorrow, MLSS, PAR, QIWI, SNMP, SOI, SYPR, and TJ Maxx. So a lot of retailers with earnings tomorrow. Home Depot and TJX probably going to be the closest watched for tomorrow. After the bell, we have Agilent, CATS, KATS, FENG, NXTD, OBSV, SRAX, Urban, URBN, and ZPIN, and WYY. So those are some of the names reporting earnings before and after the bell tomorrow. Tuesday, for your economic information for the 15th. Tonight we have 2 a.m. Germany GDP, and then Great Britain CPI coming out. So some overnight numbers coming out from Europe. 8:30 we have some numbers: Empire State Manufacturing, retail sales at 8:30 a.m. 10 o'clock business inventories, housing market index, that's at 10 a.m. Tomorrow. And let's see, and then at 4:30 API crude oil data, that's at 4:30 p.m. Eastern time, and that's on Tuesday. Let's go ahead and take a look at some things that happened today. Some top gainers: CRDS, FRSX, CVM, EXTR, PRKR, CLMT, FATE, SNGX, to name a few. And then on your top side, losers for tomorrow, for today: DGLT, SORL, and that was an earnings mess. SORL, big miss there, mess and miss. MGEN, JRJC, ZYNE, USNA, JMEI, HLF, IMOS, and IMNP round up the losers for today. For your options activity, we had CVI with call option, unusual call activity, DISH, GPS, Gap Stores, Hain, HAIN, KSU again, and VIAV. For your put side, unusual activities, we had Burlington, BURL, Costco, FL, GE General Electric, and RIG Transocean, and that's your unusual put activity. For your earnings calls for Tuesday, you see here we have BITA at 8 o'clock, VJet at 8:30, Coach at 8:30 a.m. Also, we have at 9 o'clock, we have Home Depot HD, and that'll be in the 9 o'clock hour. And then TJX will be at 9:30 on their conference call. This is from our friends at EarningsCast. For the afternoon, it's kind of light as far as the earnings calls. You have Agilent at 4:30, Urban at 5 o'clock, VIAV also at 4:30, and that's your conference calls. The futures were down, and now they've come back up. They've bounced, and the Dow futures currently up about 18. The S&P futures up about 2, and the Nasdaq futures up about 4 points in the overnight session for the futures. And we will go ahead and get into some news. And some news that came out after the bell today, after the close. PLAB, Phototronics announces investment agreement to expand FPD manufacturing into China. That's on PLAB. And then they had earnings, PLAB earnings per share and revenue miss on those numbers. AJX, Great Ajax Corporation announces public offering. CNET, completion of enrollment in ENCORE NF Phase 2B clinical trial. OMER came out with a public offering of 3 million shares. That's OMER. This was a strong one. and that was down in after hours. Take a look at that. EXTR earnings per share and revenue beat. And also guiding higher on EXTR. Some forms that came out. We had CERS Form 4, a purchase of over 92,000 shares. WCC Form 4, CFO purchased 4,000 shares. We had an MBI, misses by 4 cents, misses on revenue. MXPT, they beat by 12 cents but missed on revenue. EVOK, they came out with earnings after the bell. They missed by 4 cents. BLIN, digital, beats by 9 cents and beat on revenue. APHB, misses on revenue. Horizon Technology Finance provides $5 million venture loan facility in Web Incorporated. CDTI, beats by 5 cents but missed on revenue. Dish announces new leadership structure for Sling TV. PYDS misses by 2 cents, misses on revenue. IDN, they missed by 4 cents, missed on revenue. ANY, Sphere 3D, misses by 30 cents, misses on revenue. OCX, misses by a penny on that name. GM, Buffett added 10 million shares to General Motors. BK, Buffett added 17.2 million shares. WPRT beat earnings per share loss estimates by 3 cents, and they beat on revenue. Next up, we had David Tepper bought 3.7 million shares of BABA in Q2, and that's on BABA, BABA. Apple, Buffett adds over 800,000 shares on Apple. SIRI, Buffett trimmed 34.4 million shares on SIRI. FGEN, Fibrogen Incorporated's proposed public offering of common stock, and that was on FGEN. FGEN intends to offer and sell up to 300 million in common stock, so that's the offering amount. PYPL, Icon selling over 21 million shares on PayPal. IWSY, Imageware System, earnings per share in line, beats on revenue. We had SYNC, Form 4, CEO purchased 10,000 shares on SYNC. GAL, small farmer, missed by 4 cents. RETA, missed by 22 cents but beats on revenue. Next up, we had METC, misses by 12 cents, beats on revenue. YTRA, Form SC13G, filed by Intel Corporation, 9.1%, that's on YTRA. XNCR, Form 4, 10% ownership, over 13,000 shares. VTVT, Form 4, 10% owner, purchased 60,000 shares. CVNA, Form SC13G, filed Melvin Capital, 5.6%. VTGN beats by 19 cents. That was an earnings that came out after the bell. YY filed Form F3, Class A common shares. CGIX, Cancer Genetics, announces transformative and accretive acquisition of VivoPharm. XBIO announces appointment of 3 directors to board. GNUS beats by 5 cents, revenue in line. SNWV, earnings per share in line, misses on revenue. ONTX, beats by 44 cents, beats on revenue. So ONTX, earnings we went over, Home Depot, Bida, Coach, and TJ Maxx coming out with earnings tomorrow, and that's before the open. North Korea leader briefed on plan to attack near Guam, and actually when this came out the futures were red, and then we got this news, North Korea backs off Guam missile attack threat, Wall Street Journal. So that news made the futures go green. And then we had Donald Trump coming out with a tweet, Merck Pharma is a leader in higher and higher drug prices, while at the same time taking jobs out of the U.S., bring jobs back and lower prices. And that's on Merck, and Donald Trump tweeted that out this evening. So that's some of the news that broke after the bell today. We'll go ahead and go into the watch list for tomorrow. So we'll go ahead and take a quick look at the SPY. I do have quite a few lines on here, but if you notice, this is the number we're trying to get over now, this 247 area, and you can see this red moving average here. That's the 20 SMA. So we'll see if the bulls can continue up through that 247. This is your numbers to watch this week. See if we can hold that 244, 243.75 area, and that was one of the lows made from Thursday on August 10th. All right, so watching that 243.75 spot to see if we hold that this week, and then for the upside, we're trying to get back over 247. And currently, the 20 SMA on the SPY is 246.76. So we'll just call it 247 and see if the bulls can get us over that number. All right, so let's go ahead. We'll go into the watch list for tomorrow, and believe it or not, I have Apple on my watch list. Looking for that 160 break. There was a high of 160.21, so we'll see if we can clear that 160.25 spot on Apple. Holding up very strong after the earnings, staying above the 5 EMA on Apple. AJRD, this is a defense arrow and defense name, and it's been holding above the 5 EMA. We have a high today of 27.32. So if this could get back over, 27.10 or so, 27.15, maybe we get a continuation move in AJRD. Next up is ARRY, and looking for this one to clear the highs today. Nice looking chart. It's been pulled back, bounced back up off the 5 EMA. The high today was 903, so if we can get over like 905, we could get a possible continuation move in this name. Almost 3 million shares. CAPR, some volume came into the name today, and looking for this one to re-clear $1.25 and then take out perhaps that $1.30 on CAPR. CGIX, you can see this big push up here, and now I've been kind of just flagging and looking for that $4 break on CGIX. Next up we have CPRX, and the natural resistance number here is about that $3 level. CPRX, over 700,000 shares traded. We held the 50 SMA. The 200 moving average is sloped up, so trying to get over these fast moving averages here. So if we can break that $3 area on CPRX, we might get a continuation move. Facebook is looking okay, is holding above the 5 EMA. The high on the name was 171.08, so over 171.25, 171.20. Maybe we get a continuation move in Facebook, and it's holding above the 20 SMA here. So keep this one on watch if you like to play the bigger names. FCAU, a lot of chatter around this name today, so we'll see if this will set up intraday for us on the name. Okay, so chatter around this name, that's why the the gap up and the move up. FSLR looking decent here, looking for that $49 break. The high today was 49.04, so maybe 49.10 is enough to get First Solar going higher. IMUC, this is I saw 2.7 million shares coming on the name. It's below a $1 name, but if this can get over 35 cents, if you like to play these under $1 names, IMUC, you might get a continuation move in that name. KOPN, nice pop, looking for that $4 break. 1.4 million shares came in, so if we can break this natural resistance, we could possibly get a follow through. KTOS, full disclosure, I'm still in this name. Spoke about it in yesterday's video. Looking for a continuation move over 1275, and then maybe the break of 13 on KTOS, 1.5 million shares. LYV, this one came out with earnings, and it popped, then it dropped. It's holding the 5 EMA here. The high today was probably 39.83. So we closed at 39.37. This is not an easy trader. I want to see if it can break 40. If it breaks 40, could get interesting. MDXG, nice volume today, over 2 million shares. The number here to beat is get over that $16 level. You see we have support here around $14.50. We have a high today of $15.97. So if you want to try this a little bit earlier, maybe $15.85 for the 16 break, or wait for the $16 break. MOMO looks like it's turning back up after bouncing off the 50 SMA. This one has a high today of $44.97. So we'll see if we can get back over, $44.75 and maybe clear that $45 area. 4 million shares traded. Match MTCH, looking for the 1950 break on this name. Nice candle, closed near the highs today on MTCH, so keep that one on watch. Nike, not looking too bad here, back above the fast moving averages. Looking for that $60 break. The high today was $60 even, so looking for Nike to take out $60. PRKR, 1.2 million shares, big pop up to the 200 SMA. As you can see, it has a hard time here at the 200 SMA, so we'll see if this will set up on an intraday time frame tomorrow, and maybe a possible continuation move through that 200 SMA. RADA, we spoke about this one on yesterday's video, and trying to push up, get out through that $2.30 mark. There's a high here of $2.35 and a high back here in July of the same number, $2.35. So watch that $2.35 spot on RADA. SEDG turning back up, bounced off the 10 SMA, that light blue line you see here, trying to get back over $28 a share on SEDG. This is a solar name, so First Solar, and this one looked the best in that sector to me. Snap, let's see what this wants to do. Maybe trying to bounce here. I like it if it can get over, the 1310 area on the name, so keep that one on watch. TER, trying to break out over 3450 and get back over the 20 SMA. 3444 was the high, so 3450, if it can get back over that 3450 spot on Teradyne. TEUM, we spoke about this on yesterday's video. We did get the pop up through $1. Now I'm looking for maybe a continuation move, 1.1 million shares. The resistance number here now is $1.25, so you might want to watch that one. UCTT, spoke about this on yesterday's video. We did get the pop up. Now let's see if we can get a continuation move through 23.25, 23.30 for UCTT, and 1.1 million shares. VCEL breaking out here. If I put a line here, right, you see it's breaking out of this consolidation. So next number to beat is that 375, and we'll see if we can get maybe a continuation move. 1.5 million shares in VCEL. WPT breaking out of consolidation again above the 5 EMA. Looking for it to get a continuation move over that 2015 was the high. Nice volume came into the name, nice candle. So we'll see if this sets up tomorrow. Next one up, XNET. Looking for the natural number $4 to get taken out. Probably, would like a little bit of a pullback here. This candle went from $3.50 up to $4. So, looking for maybe this to set up intraday, a pullback possibly to 375, 370, and then, maybe a pushback up if we get there. XPO. This one had, I believe, unusual call activity, and I think John Najarian mentioned this one on CNBC Fast Money. So I'm just going to have this one on watch. 2.8 million shares traded in the name, and we'll see if we can maybe get an intraday trade in XPO. All right, this is Zozo Stock Watch. Thank you so much for watching.